Hello and welcome to another episode of the On The Gear podcast, powered by Infinity Motorcycles. Today, Tom and I are going to talk all things A2 motorcycles, what bike we would ride after getting our A2 license, what gear we would wear. If you have any tips or tricks for anyone about to do their A2 or any suggestions for what bike they should get, please leave them in the comments below, and I hope you enjoy. Oh, and before I forget, the exhaust sound from the last episode, that was a Honda Hornet CB1000 with a Yoshimura end cam, no baffle. So well done if you got that right, and we'll play again next week. Anyway, enjoy this episode for now. Cheers! On today's topic of the week, we're going to talk about A2 bikes.
Awesome.
So Tom and I, we both have our full license. Jonah, you haven't got yours yet, but I'm sure the time will come. We're actually going to talk about, if you were going to do it again, what A2 bike would you get? So we'll do A2 bikes. We'll probably talk about what you do. You change it to afterwards. We'll try and give the listeners some consumer advice.
Yeah, my answers are not going to be very helpful.
Okay, I'll give us some rules so it doesn't devolve into like
Oh,
craziness.
no,
we have a
come on.
couple of rules. So first up, A2 bike
Yeah.
has to be new.
Oh,
Has to be a new bike.
You know I was going to say Bergman 400 again.
Or Harley. It was going to be Bergman or a Harley.
Excuse me, they're going back to bricks. They're re-releasing the Sportster. And there's also a Chinese company that got the patents for the A3 engine and released their own Harley, basically.
Is it A2 compliant?
Yeah.
Well, then that can be your choice if you want it to be.
No.
Because it's rubbish.
Yeah, start fire.
Because it's
I'm joking.
It could be. So we'll run through a few different categories. So first one will be A2 compliant, got to be new, or like nearly new. And then we'll do like A2 from the factory.
A2 from the factory. Okay.
And then we can talk about A2 restricted. Because if you're going for your A2 license, you can it has to be within 47 horsepower. That's your horsepower limit. So you can't have any more horsepower than 47. You can have a bike which makes more than 47 horsepower, but it can't have originally had more than 94.
That's wild.
So back in my day, back when I were a boy, I was restricted to 33 horsepower when I did my test for 2 years, and then I could go and get whatever I wanted. It just was like, you can go and ride whatever. But if you wanted to, you could buy a Hayabusa and fit a 33 horsepower restrictor kit.
So
I
bad for
don't
the
know
engine.
why you would. Mine fell out really quickly on my bike,
On your Hayabusa?
on my SV650.
Oh, yeah.
Just one day,
It just shakes it off
Yeah,
because
it just
it's
shook it off.
basically a V-twin.
Exactly. But so this days it's 47 horsepower on an A2 license. What would you go for? Out of the box, has to be under the 47 horsepower limit. What are you going to pick?
Well, I was going to say a ZX4 RR, but it's not very beginner friendly, let's say, in terms of you have to do a lot of adjusting from what you've just trained in your Mod 1 and your Mod 2 to then just go on to that sort of bike. But a nice in between, in my opinion, would be like a Daytona 660. Because even though it looks more like a sporty bike, because I like the look of a sporty bike, it's more relaxed.
I love that, but that's not A2 from the factory.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. Oh, this is difficult.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no.
They do make them.
From the factory then. What? Oh, okay. 400
Good
Triumph
start. Yes.
Street Twin. Something like
Yes.
that. Yeah,
Bingo. Great job.
yeah,
They also do a Scrambler 400 as well.
yeah. It's a Street 4, isn't it? Because it's not Street Twin because it's not. It's a thumper, not a parallel twin. Sorry, so it's a Street 400 or Scrambler 400.
Yeah.
I'd have one of those. They look quite fun.
They're really nice.
The
And
400X is really nice, actually.
the 400X seems to tip a lot of the review charts. It's like always scores very, very highly.
Yeah.
And they had one at the ABR, and it looked really nice. I actually was one of those bikes that caught my eye, like a genuine. What's that?
Yeah.
I didn't.
For the listeners, you don't know how intensely, like Tom Evans just looked at me in the eyes.
My eye was caught.
I'm blushing.
Imagine being a little Triumph 400X, and I've just gone like that at it. It would have been quaking in
Yeah.
its little Dunlop tyres.
Yeah, or someone would get a restraining order on you.
Yeah.
Like one of the
It was
two.
a nice bike. I thought it was very,
Yeah.
it was very handsome. I thought it looked good. And if I was a beginner, it has all the right makings of something that was easy to learn on.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, with that 400 RR thing, slightly outside the rules, but whatever. It's like you're bent over, you're going to be like in a different riding position. Lewis actually rode one. Lewis, who guest hosted episode 3, he took one for a test ride because he loves them. He said it was like reasonably roomy considering the size, but you're still in like this like down low, crouched position, which I've always felt was not as easy to learn manoeuvring on.
Can do it.
Maybe that'll make you a better rider, but I've always felt like you should try and like get the basics down on something that's a bit easier to manoeuvre, and then it translates better to a bike that's harder to ride. That's how I see it. And that had like nice high bars. It was nice and like it was like quite slender.
It's actually quite
easy to move
It's a little
around.
bit taller as well.
Yes.
So for a lot of 400s are like very made for people my height, if that makes sense. So they're a bit lower down, a bit more reassuring that you can get your feet down, sort of thing.
What is your height for the people who don't know?
Short. 5 something, 4 maybe 3.
5'4".
Never ask a man his height.
Yeah. I like
Sorry,
saying
I'm
I'm
not trying to
5'2" because people start guessing what their own height is again.
Do you know your inside leg measurement? Not to be too personal.
That's getting a little
Because like your
That long.
standover height makes a lot of difference to how you like how you get on a bike.
Yeah.
Because you might be 6 foot, but if you've got like a 28 inside leg, you're not going to fit on the same bike.
That's a very long torso.
Exactly. You're not going to have the leg length to
Yeah.
stand on a bike. I think it's an important measurement. We shouldn't scare
Yeah, it
away
depends
from
how wide the seat is.
male measurements
So
or female measurements actually,
how do you
leg
learn
measurements.
So like going from she's talking about being in the coaching position versus a more stand-up kind of like bike. How do you like? Is it like I don't know, kind of like like manual versus automatic transition and permission? Like what's the how do you learn it?
I think it's not so much a learn, it's the way it feels. Like it feels different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And the bike will essentially like communicate in a different way. Like you just get a different feeling from what's happening.
Yeah.
And when you're sat upright, you will have you have more leverage over the bars because they're a bit wider, you're a bit more upright, you can maneuver them, you can see better because you're now sat up and you're looking around and you can look round at the surroundings. So you know if you're going to make a tighter turn, you can look through the turn a lot easier. I think the sports bike and the sporty position is amazing if you're like on it and you're trying to go fast around corners and like hang off the bike because they're built for that.
Yeah.
But for a learner or someone that's like new to riding, I think it's just important to like build on your skills.
Yeah.
Sounds
And then you can,
Mm.
because you have to do a lot more body positioning on a sportier bike to get
Yeah.
it to do what you want it to do. But it'll do it really well and quite quickly. So it's a learning curve. I feel like it's one of those ones where you wake up one day and think, yeah, you know what, I want one. And then you then go out and get one and see whether you can get along with it.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad idea to get
No.
one as your A2 bike. I'm just saying I would just nudge someone in
Yeah.
the direction of
But if you were to take your
Just to make it life easier, you
if
know.
you were to take your A2 back, then would you have been confident enough to have that bike?
If I still had the skills I have now,
No. Back then.
I would want one because they look cool.
Yeah.
But then I would listen to other people because I'm very easily influenced. As I found. It took me 3 years to build the confidence of getting a Harley again, so yeah. But yeah, I think it makes more sense to get something that's super comfortable to ride that you can actually enjoy after just passing. Because I don't think anything could be worse than getting a bike that is so out of your wheelhouse that you've not got any training on and not enjoyed like the first day of passing, like when
Yeah.
you first passed your driving test. Like it's a bit different.
You want to
Yeah.
go out and just use it and not be scared of it.
Yeah. And
I
enjoy it.
would definitely have gone for a smaller bike if I was like looking at back now or if I was redoing that testing.
What was your? Oh well.
It was my first bike actually wasn't an SV. I actually bought a Yamaha XJ600 diversion. No, pre-diversion. It was before that. It was like a slightly boxier bike. It was a 1986 inline four,
Cool.
carbs, all this sort of stuff. I
Balancing
liked
that
it.
Must have been fun.
But it was quite good fun as well. But like it was quite quick, and it wasn't like a modern bike, so it didn't handle the same way as the SV that I then got later. But I think it was a bit much. Like I started just doing silly things like a bit early,
Yeah.
and then when I got the SV, I made the point of like doing lots of like riding, I call them like drills. So like going to a car park and like getting some cones and like
Yeah.
doing figure eights, doing low speed circles, U-turns, because I just felt like I was quite bad at doing all that sort of stuff. I just kind of learnt to open the throttle,
Yeah.
and like I wasn't very good at going around corners either. Like nowadays, if I was doing it again, I'd probably pick like a Yamaha MT-03. It's quite a modern looking bike, looks quite cool. If I was 18, I'd probably think it was great.
Bad boy, innit? That's one of those bikes. Yeah, or a naked bike, actually, like you just said. That's probably a nice in between. It's a halfway house for people that want to get into the sportier bike, because more often than not, it's a little bit more aggressive. Not fully, because it'll still have a straight bar or a bar rather than clip-ons. But I feel like it's a good transition. My first sporty bike was the Street Triple. Don't learn from my mistake, because to be fair, it wasn't my fault. But that was a different experience entirely for me, because from going from like a really nice, comfy, upright Bonneville where I felt like I was on top of the bars, dominating the bike, to now like, oh, I'm now leaning over, I'm now on top of it a bit more.
Yeah.
And you like that progression is probably good, because when I test rode, what was it that I test rode? It was a sporty bike. I test rode a sporty bike. I completely forgot who it was. That's really bad. I just blanked.
What colour was it?
And colour. Oh my god. I'm blanking. Sorry. But anyway,
Forgotten completely.
I've completely lost the plot. I wasn't test riding a bike. It was my mate's bike. It's a GSXR 750. That was completely different. So yeah, hanging off of that was an experience. And also my friend's ZX6R, I test rode that as well, because he got that as his first bike and said he was not enjoying it. I was like, surprise, surprise. He did like a 15-point turn to get it out of his like garage and his
Awful.
drive.
There's like no steering log at all.
Yeah,
Get it on a track,
yeah,
amazing. And if you're going to
Yeah.
take it on track, because that's more your thing, then like you'll probably pick up how to use the bike a lot quicker, because you can use more of it. But they're not really designed to be road friendly bikes. Even though it's like, oh, it's 600, it's like kind of small. Yeah, but it makes 115 horsepower.
Yeah.
And it's quite, you have to rev the nuts off of it to make all that power.
yeah.
I would say A2 compliant out of the box. I'm going to say Yamaha MT-03. That's what I'd get.
Cool. I feel like it's also
Triumph?
nice.
You going for a Triumph Scrambler?
Yeah, I'll go for the 400X. I
Good
like
shout.
it in the canary yellow.
Wow, that's cool.
It's really nice looking.
Yeah.
I like that. I do want to say, I forgot it because I just started thinking about the Scrambler 400X.
That's how good it is. It caught my eye. It's running your train of thought
Yeah.
somewhere else.
I feel like an AT bike is perfect for the city streets that we have in the UK. 100%. Going and weaving in and out of traffic, really good. Would not want to be doing that on an R1. Or like a 600 that's restricted, or a sportsy bike. I
I think it's annoying.
Yeah.
Because the beauty of having a smaller bike with the 47 horsepower in it is that it's like also small.
Yeah.
Whereas you're not taking like a bigger bike, which has got to house a bigger engine and bigger components to contain all of that power.
Yeah.
You got a bike which is matched for it.
Yeah. For me, I feel like the torque is what gets it for me, obviously.
Torque.
Obviously. I like having the sensation speeds without having to break the speed limit. Not that I ever have, but I like that feeling. That's why you always see like loads of Bonnies in London. You've got like the London Bonnie and stuff. Because it's always slow moving 20, 30 miles an hour. That instant
accelerating.
burst. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 270-degree crank and everything else just makes the whole experience more fun. So on that, if you were in a city scenario,
Mm-hmm.
would you have a smaller displacement bike that's a bit more torquey? Or would you still get like a inline 4 R6 or something?
No, city bike. No, I wouldn't bother with the inline fours because they're a bit wide for filtering. I would go for like a small, narrow, single or parallel twin.
Cool.
I think they're where it's at.
Up north?
What, a city up north or just...
Just like open roads up north, more countryside-y. Would you still have that same concept of like a parallel twin? Or would you be more willing to get an inline 4? Or like a V4?
Yeah,
or
I
a
probably would
triple?
go for something bigger.
Yeah.
bigger, more power. If I was doing more open roads, I'd want something with a bit more power, so I had that like extra torque that was more accessible.
Yeah. Cool.
But I wouldn't rush into it. Like I've owned an SV650. I've had one for like 11 years, 3 different ones. I don't feel like I need more than that. I like having more than that sometimes. I like to take other bikes out. I've had benefits at jobs where I could ride the bikes that were a lot bigger than mine, so I didn't have to like worry about ownership. And I like having more. But the smaller bike is just perfect.
Yeah.
It does enough. That's why I've also got a Grom.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I quite enjoy riding my wife's 500. She's got a
Alright.
Honda CBR 500R. I think it's great. It's small and narrow. You can filter through the streets really easily.
Boom, cat, boom,
Yeah.
cat.
I wish I could ride that.
Yeah, I wish I could be like that. How about you, Jonah? What's your A2 bike?
Well, you asked me to research this, and I'm not too in tune with I suppose all the lingo, all the cool bikes and things like that. I just see nice urban-y bikes, like kind of like older stuff, ones that I sit upright in and look quite stylish in. Because if I was to personally ride one, I'd just have leather jacket, cargo trousers, or like I wouldn't be travelling using it a lot. I'd just maybe kind of like dip to the shops or hang out with your mates and all that kind of stuff. So these kinds of bikes, I like Royal Enfields, Triumphs.
That's a really good shout.
Those kinds of bikes. So I looked up this one myself. An Interceptor 650.
That's a cool bike.
Yeah.
So like a bit of a retro-y kind of bike. It's apparently right on the cusp of 47 horsepower. So it is technically
A2 from the factory.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'd go for something like that because I would need full control. Of the bike. I'm not comfortable leaning too far forward.
Yeah.
And I suppose not having the range of movement required for it. So but I'd go for something a little bit like that.
I don't know why I didn't think of that. That was a really good
That
shout.
was a great idea.
Yeah. Or like a bear. Is a bear 650 the same? Royal Enfield. Is it
Grizzly.
more? Yeah, a grizzly one. The bear 650 is like a
I think it's quite
scrambler.
new, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Bear.
Yeah. I don't know if it has the same brake horsepower, but that's very uprighty and really nice. You can get a mint frame.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you know when you said popping to the shops? I just imagine you like rocking up like it was a bicycle, and you just like drop it onto the floor and go into the store.
How else do you? Just done with it.
You just go on. You ride up to the shop and you take your leg off and just go inside.
Like an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Your mum's called you for dinner.
You
Can
throw
I
it
get
on,
a Fanta, please?
yeah, yeah. Just chuck it up against like the side of a Tesco window and smash it through it. Like,
Well, obviously,
Sorry, I
I'd
don't
park it
know.
up sensibly,
Yeah.
but I would imagine myself in, kind of like I suppose like a little like bobber helmet or something for the start. I know it's not as safe, obviously, as a full, but I
do
don't know.
Instantly, I thought Boba Fett helmet.
Boba Fett helmet.
Oh, the,
I just thought that'd be so you.
the
You love
HAC
Star Wars
after
and-
11.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be so you.
yeah, they're nice, like they're really cool display ones for sure. Because you've got ones that talking to like helmets, replica helmets that that look like they're cool, and you've just got ones that are like, let's just put Sonic the Hedgehog on it, and then the eyes are like up here, but you know what you want. You kind of want
Yeah.
like the visor to kind of like be
Look
there,
like
right?
the helmet
Yeah.
is.
Like the
I see what
Venom.
you're saying. The Venom was cool.
Yeah.
Two that I loved, the Kylo Ren. I thought that was super sweet, and the Lightning McQueen.
I've never seen. Have I seen that? I don't think I've
That
seen
was like
that.
an early one, the Lightning McQueen, wasn't it?
Yeah, that one was super early. I mean, if it was to be released now, I mean, meme culture would dictate that it would be one of the best-selling
Please
helmets for that.
re-release the HJC, probably on a Raffle 1
Yeah, or 12.
or 12. Release the Lightning McQueen on a top-tier HJC, please.
FIM.
I will buy one.
O2.
You're
We did do a Jackson Storm one, I'm fairly sure. That's from Cars 3. Yeah, like, black with like, blue.
Who's this guy?
Jackson Storm.
It's from 3. The Rocky ripoff.
Get him off my helmet.
Ka-chow. I would like to see a Lightning McQueen for 1,000,000%. I will
You
buy
want a
one.
car for
That's
a motorcycle
pre-order.
helmet. Brilliant.
And then I would get a Chick Hicks.
You sorry?
Chick Hicks?
Yeah, he's the
Kajigger. Oh, okay, right. I thought you were on about chicken for
Have
some
you
reason.
not seen cars?
I have.
We need
Well, it's a
we need
bike
to
show,
refresh
innit?
your car. Yes, but I want the motorbike helmet with the car on it.
So speaking of helmets, what helmet did you actually wear for your A2?
No, neither of us did our A2.
What do you mean?
I went. mine.
What do you mean? Of course you did.
No, that was the.
That's the difference. So you did it. Evans did it before there was A2.
Before A2 existed, so I was like, it might have been A2 anyway. I don't know, but it was
Yeah.
a 33 horsepower thing. I did one test. I did a Mod 1, Mod 2. I did the tests,
Yeah,
but I was
I've done
never an
the test.
A2 person.
Yeah. So okay, let's reframe the question.
Speaking of helmets, what was the first kit that you wore?
For my license, so I was a pretty skint 18-year-old, 17, 18-year-old. I had a nitro helmet. If you know what nitro is, that is something we don't do anymore. It was very bare bones. It was very low price. It was, surprisingly, I think it was less than £100. So no like composites or like fancy venting, or I don't think it even had a pin lock. Like, it was pretty bare bones. Here's a helmet that's safe to legally wear on the UK road.
Get you over the line.
Have that.
Yeah.
Fine to start out though.
It was fine to start out. I mean, I wore it. I was happy. So I bought that. I had a pair of maybe RST gloves, something similar. They were like a very short, small glove, summer glove. And then I had a two-piece Dainese set from like the 90s or something. They were like red
Worth money now.
and grey. And I mean, maybe, but like the stitching's all splitting on it. I've still got it. I kept it because
Nice.
it was my first bit of riding gear. And I bought it. I was in Birkenhead on the Wirral, and there was a pawn shop there, like people pawn their stuff in.
Yeah.
And I tried it. I was like, oh look, some motorbike gear. I haven't got any money, so I'm going to go in here. And I put it on, and like, it was awful. Like, stuff was in the wrong place. It was like kind of uncomfortable. I didn't know how the armour was supposed to fit.
Yeah.
And the geezer in the shop, so it wasn't a motorbike shop, it was just a general sell your stuff to this guy, and then he would sell it on. I went, oh, is it okay? He went, yeah, mate, that's dead on. That looks fantastic on you. Yeah, yeah, spot on, mate. And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. And I gave him 150 quid for it.
Damn.
And yeah, so I had that, and then I think I can't even remember what boots I had, but they might have been like Sparta boots or something. And so that was me for my kind of, I did CBT and then I did my license in that as well. And the thing is, I did my license in December, in winter, and it was so cold on the day of my license that they were like, we're not sure if we're going to do it because it's quite icy, and the instructors aren't going out on their bike, they're going in the car. So yeah, when you come out, just wrap up warm. Got a jumper on.
Lovely.
You ever worn like leathers and a jumper and your summer gloves in the dead of winter? It was awful.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was what I wore for my test.
It's important to wear the right gear for the weather, isn't it?
Mate, absolutely. I was so cold, I thought I'd failed within the first 30 seconds, so I just got back to the test centre. I didn't even think about trying to do my test. So,
Brilliant.
which probably helped, because I passed.
What did you wear?
Oh, don't slate me. Okay, so I moved back to the UK, where, you know, the last country I was in, they didn't really wear gear so much. So when I went and did my test, I borrowed my dad's jacket. It was a Hungarian one. It looks like a massive trench coat.
Wow.
A shark helmet, the flip one.
Yeah.
Bought some. These are the only bit of like new kit that I wore, which was the Furigan Jet D3O gloves. They were like 30 quid. I actually used them on my tour as well. But then,
Nice.
trouser-wise, Primark jeans,
Right.
and then DMs.
Fair.
That's all I had. You were saying you're a broke 18-year-old. I just moved back. I'm a broke 24-year-old.
Yeah.
It was not the one.
Mate, and the price of a test as well. Like, you haven't got any money left over to buy
Yeah.
gear and stuff. And actually, I don't know if you had the same thing. Like, Klarna wasn't prevalent. There was nothing like that. You had to
No.
apply for. They did 0% finance.
Oh, did they? For me,
Yeah.
they didn't do that. I had to just pay, just like,
Did you have any like credit rating or anything?
no.
Oh.
I just
I didn't
saved
do
up.
when I first bought that stuff. I didn't put a 80 quid helmet on 0% finance. I don't think I'd have been allowed.
But yeah, that was the kit I wore. It was in January because I turned 24 in January,
Nice.
so it was still quite cold. Was not the one. It was raining. The instructor hated me because every time I showed up, it started raining. She blamed it on me. She's lovely though.
Follows you around. Bad
Sophia
weather.
from Accelerate.
Oh,
They
I did
train
my
out the back.
CBT with Sophia, yeah.
They're great over there, but she did blame me for the rain every time. It's like, did you do like a little rain dance to get this going, or what? I was
I
like,
just
"Oh,
want to ride in tough conditions, so I'm better.
yeah, I'm a better rider in general.
What would you wear like now?
What
if
do I wear
you were
now?
going to go and do your test again, or would recommend somebody else buy for their test?
Same again. I'm joking. I would
Buy some Primark jeans.
have a full face helmet because that's probably better because I prefer them. Just in general, anyway. I don't really need a modular helmet. It's normally quite quieter. But in terms of jacket and trousers, I'll still probably go really casual, but just have motorcycle ones.
You
So
got
I'd
the
have, like,
proper
bullet
bike jeans. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll have like a really affordable jacket that I'm actually wearing at the moment. The Vice Stealth hoodie, AA rated, super casual again. And then for boots, probably like some Alpine Stars J6s or something.
Classic.
Just a classic staple boot.
Very casual.
That. Gloves. I'll probably, depending on what bike I was going on next, it would just be something, January, you could get gloves that are winter gloves for that period of time and then transition to summer ones when it comes to summer. Don't know what winter gloves. Oh, Risha Gents.
Gent.
Those are actually mine at the moment.
Nice.
Short cuff ones, really nice.
Good shout. Yeah, it's a good top to bottom.
Yeah. How about you?
I would probably go for. I would actually go for a drop liner suit. So the helmet I've got at the moment is a Shark Squall Cup, which I really like. It's quite a sporty lid, so it's got like a nice shark fin on it, which is really cool. So that's really like fun and sporty and fits with that like aesthetic. Maybe it is a bit better for a sports bike if you're going to ride one of those, but I quite like it, and I've heard some people who have naked bikes really rave about it too, and it's very inexpensive. I think they're between £200 to £300 depending on the graphic.
Yeah.
So I would go for one of those, and then I tell you what, actually I'm testing out at the moment the Furigan Kalahari jacket, which is actually a laminate, 3-layer laminate jacket, and it comes with the Reddington trousers. So I would go for that. Personally, I just think that was quite nice. Rather than going for a casual kit, I'd rather feel motorbikey.
Yeah. Or
And then-
Risha Orion. Risha Orion?
Yeah.
It's probably the lightest laminate jacket that I've had the chance of wearing and stuff, and it's AA rated, I think. can't
Yes, yeah, that one is because it's not Gore-Tex, it's laminate.
Yeah, but it's waterproof.
Yeah, but it's nice and sleek and modern, and
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, there's so much more choice now than when I started doing my license. So there's like, when you think, oh, what would you wear now? I'm like, oh my God, there's like entire shops full of stuff,
Yeah.
which is all amazing. And I didn't know how to pick.
Yeah, I think yours is a smart choice in terms of like being an all year round rider.
Versatility.
Yeah, for me, I like looking, not like looking the part, I like dressing up for the occasion sort of thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's what I like doing. You
I
know.
just don't want to be cold and wet.
There have been multiple times where I've just gone out casual, but I always carry a waterproof over with me because I much prefer doing it that way. That's just me though.
That's a good point. Maybe we could talk about that next week on the show. We'll talk about how you can layer up or layer down your clothing to make it more effective depending on the season. Yeah, that will be. Do we have a question of the week?
yeah. So, question of the week. What bike did you, the listener or watcher, pick for your first big bike, either A2 or after your full test?
Perfect. Yeah, leave us a comment on whatever audio platform you listen on, or YouTube if you're watching it. Leave a comment down below.
Bye bye now.
Bye.